guys, Alex Sloan here, driving around in the XeroMini. So just to introduce myself, I am the Senior Account Manager based here in San Francisco for Xero, where our main headquarters is at. And I have been with Xero for next month will be two great years. The thing that I love the most about Xero, kind of two separate things. First off, all the people that I work with are awesome. We have a true passion for helping accountants really develop their firms and move to the cloud. Yeah, so I think one of the best parts about this job is being able to drive around San Francisco in the bright blue XeroMini. Even on a day like this where it is pretty overcast, great being able to go see partners in person. They always, their faces always light up when they see the XeroMini pull up. One really exciting thing about pulling up to a partner's office, or even as I'm just driving around, there's been times where I've walked out and I see random people taking selfies with the XeroMini. It's kind of gotten a reputation here around San Francisco. There was I was at a Starbucks a couple weeks ago, came back out, and there were actually two people that were out there taking selfies with the XeroMini. It actually turned out that they were accountants and are starting their own Xero journey. All right, so we are about to go pick up Will right now, going up the notorious steep hills of San Francisco. And I believe he is right here at the top of the hill. So let's grab him. Yep, here he is.
Yo, what's
hey,
up,
Will,
Alex?
what's going on, man? How are you?
Good to
Yeah,
see you.
you too.
Let me hop in here real quick.
Yeah.
Oh.
Squeeze on in. These things are bigger than people think.
Dude, it's pretty chilly out.
It is, I know.
Man.
I know it's really cold. Hey, it's almost summertime, meaning it's gonna be nice and cold in San Francisco.
Yeah.
No, absolutely. How were your meetings with the other Xero partners here for XPAC?
Yeah, man, it's been great. I'm here in town for XPAC, so Xero has this kind of like partner advisory council. So they call it the Xero Partner Advisory Council. They get maybe about 10, 11, 12 pros together in a room with Xero product heads and VPs at Xero and a lot of the cool people and team members at Xero. And we talk shop. We talk how Xero's amazing and things to roll out for users and even partners like myself, just to kind of throw in some feedback for the end user. So it's been really, really good.
Absolutely.
How have you been?
No, I've been great. Still, I think I'm finally settled here in San Francisco. Been here since November.
Where'd you come from?
So I came from Denver. So I was born and raised in Denver. Lived there all my life up until November. So.
Really? Like November of last year?
Of 2017, yep.
Wow.
So what, 6 months here now. So I was working at the Denver office out there, and an opportunity came up to move out here to San Francisco. I'm not going to say no.
Yeah, exactly.
Place like
who could say no to San Francisco? It's so awesome.
Exactly.
Yeah, do people, when you drive around, do people kind of give you the eye when they're looking at the Mini? Like, what is this thing?
They actually do, especially as I'm pulling into my parking garage. People are always looking at me kind of funny, but I've posted things on social media about the XeroMini and to honk. They see me around, and I've actually had a handful of honks, surprisingly.
Nice.
So yeah.
So people actually see like the Twitter post, and you say, "Hey, listen, if you see the XeroMini, like honk at the Mini."
Yep. Exactly. I've tried to chase him down a few times, see who honked at me, but
was it people trying to like get you out of the way, or like actual people? Like, "Wow, there's a XeroMini."
I guess that's up in the air. I'm gonna go with the fact that it's the XeroMini, and they're super excited about it. But
so did you end up going to XeroCon San Francisco when it was here, like 2 years ago?
I didn't. No, that was just a couple months after I had started, and it was pretty full at that point. But
Right.
XeroCon San Francisco, I believe, was just right about over there.
Yeah, I think Pier 23. Right?
Yep, that's Pier 23 right there.
Yeah, XeroCon. I mean, it's pretty amazing. Are you going to be going to it this year?
I sure will. Yep, I'll be in Atlanta here in a few weeks. I was at XeroCon or BlanketCon in Austin. Of course, it snowed in Texas, of all places, while we were there. But it was a great time. Super excited for Atlanta.
Yeah, that's funny that they call it BlanketCon. I've actually been calling it CryCon because obviously, as I spoke to what was his name, Marcus Leminus of The Prophet. Yeah, I kind of shed a couple tears. You know, he just has a way of moving your heart like that.
He does, I know.
So it was like XeroCon, BlanketCon, CryCon.
Yep.
So letting the emotions out.
Absolutely. No, I was in Austin, you know, I assumed we were in Texas and I wouldn't need a coat, so I came with just a short sleeve shirt and I had to go rush and find a store to buy a coat.
So have you ever seen the show Parks and Rec?
I have.
Yeah?
Yep, I have seen it. Great
So
show.
there's a scene, there's actually like a favorite animal in Pawnee in Parks and Rec, and it's little Sebastian. And like the people who live in Pawnee love little Sebastian. They're like, oh my gosh, there he is. And then, but people from the outside the town, they like look at little Sebastian and they think, you know, what are you guys excited about? It's like a little horse.
Absolutely.
I feel like the XeroMini is the same thing. Like, you know, in the ecosystem, the Xero culture, you know, in the cloud-based accounting firm, we look at the XeroMini, we're like, whoa, look at it. You pet it, you take pictures with it. But then other people look at the XeroMini and they think, what are you guys excited about? It's just it's a small car that's wrapped.
Absolutely. No, that's very true. The XeroMini definitely has a persona of its own, and it's the perfect car for Xero. I think it kind of encompasses our quirky nature, if you will. Now, I mean, I've one of our add-on partners, Veeam, right back there.
Oh yeah, and Veeam's next to your office, right?
Yep, they're right there. I met with them a couple of weeks ago, and they were more interested in getting a picture with the XeroMini than actually talking to me. So, absolutely, partners, small businesses, our add-on partners. Everybody loves the XeroMini.
Now, why the XeroMini though? Like, you know, out of all things, to try to, you know, show more presence in a city, like why the XeroMini? Like, do you think like it just encompasses kind of like the mobility of Xero or something like that?
Absolutely, I think it definitely encompasses the mobility of Xero. Mentioned it's kind of a quirky car, obviously bright blue, right, so you can't miss it with all the Xero logos all over it. But I think more than anything, I mean, employees at Xero, we pride ourselves on one of our core values being #human.
Right.
And I think having a bright blue Mini driving around, actually going to see our customers, really encompasses that human value that we try to show here at Xero.
Right. So obviously, you know, Jordan Cooper. Do you know Jordan Cooper from?
He's down in Miami.
Yeah, he's down in Miami. I asked him, you know, if he like takes partners out for rides like we're doing right now. Like, do you actually get, you know, Xero partners and Xero SMBs wanting free lifts or free rides in the XeroMini?
I have given a few partners free lifts for sure from the 0 hours we've had, especially if they're here in the city. More than happy to drive them back. Yeah, I've given them free rides. Employees, given tons of employees free rides. But everybody wants to hop in here.
Right. Yeah, it's the little Sebastian of San Francisco.
Absolutely is.
Nice.
Absolutely
Now you guys have a headquarters here, and where else?
So in the US, we have our headquarters here, and then we have another headquarters in Denver, which is where all of our executives sit. And then we have multiple, I think something like 17 offices around the world now.
Yeah. Wow.
Absolutely. But San Francisco's the place to be. We have one of the best rooftops in the city.
So any future visions of Xero? You know, obviously it has an office here in San Francisco. It has one in Denver. You know, as it's trying to expand, you know, helping small business owners with accounting and bookkeeping, like anything kind of coming down the pipeline or down the pipe?
Yeah, you know, I think that we were, all of our sales teams met up a couple weeks ago, and everybody feels that we're right on the cusp, just really blowing up here in the US. It's the same feeling that a lot of the people that were in Australia at the same time had, and now we're the accounting software to have in Australia. As far as expanding here in the US, I mean, we're just knocking away at the big guys' market share. I haven't heard of any, you know, new offices here. Our people out in the field that aren't in a headquarters location work out of WeWorks, which work great as well.
Now, when you say you're on the cusp, you know, like, do you feel like the accounting and the bookkeeping industry here in the States is just like it's ready to burst with innovation, just doing things better?
Yeah, I think that accounting as a whole here in the US, I think, is ready to move from the Stone Age into the 21st century. So definitely feel that. I'm also talking to brand new partners, or if they're not partners with Xero, that they're not only finding out about us from their clients, but they're actually hearing about us in the market. So the market is taking notice. More and more partners are are starting to join our program and really see the light that is Xero.
Nice. Yeah, sometimes I meet partners and they're still doing accounting with like a hammer and chisel, and sometimes I wonder, like, where the industry is here in the States, and like, as Xero continues to make accounting and bookkeeping experience better and better and better, I'm looking forward to seeing like just a huge refresh, a reload of the accounting industry. I mean, do you feel the same way as you're kind of meeting with the partners here in SF?
Absolutely, absolutely. I mean, even some really large firms that I'm meeting with here that are very set in their ways are starting to see the vision that we have for the accounting industry. Our competitors are seeing that as well. So, people are seeing what is possible with the cloud in general, and then with Xero. Less surprisingly, there are still a lot of people using Excel spreadsheets to do their accounting, which just blows my mind. Yeah, I mean, people are starting to see the light, see the vision, and see all that can be done by partnering with Xero. One of the biggest advantages to working with Xero, more so than just the accounting software itself, which is obviously I think the best in the business, but partnering with Xero is way more than just that. Tons of partner tools to make firms' lives easier. Like I mentioned before, we have a true human aspect with our partners. Every partner gets a dedicated account manager, so all of my partners have my direct phone number. They can call me up for anything that they like.
And get a mini ride.
Exactly, get a mini ride, exactly. But yeah, no, everybody gets, like I said, a dedicated account manager, somebody that they can just call up whenever, but whenever they like for pretty much whatever they want. I'm not going to answer people call me at 2 in the morning, but I'll probably give them a call back in the morning.
So it's only, you don't want them calling too late.
No, but you'd be surprised how many calls I've gotten at 11:30 at night. People are just trying to put out fires.
So if a small business owner came up to you and said, "Why should I use Xero?" What's like the one cool feature that an SMB or a small business owner that you could say, "You know what? I would use Xero because it is one cool little feature."
Absolutely. So I think that for small businesses, they don't know accounting terms whatsoever. I mean, they don't know them. They never have, and they don't care to know them.
Right. Wait a minute. Are you saying that like accounting is boring? Is that what you're saying?
But I personally don't have an accounting background. Before I came on to Xero, I absolutely thought that accounting was boring, and all accountants, were wearing their green visor.
Right. I left mine back at the Xero HQ.
Yeah. Green visors with their ledger in front of them, writing it down. But since I've come on to Xero, I mean, I've seen that is really not the case at all.
Right. It's a blue visor.
Exactly. It is a blue visor. We would never allow green in the office.
That's right.
Yeah, I think for the end small business, if we know that a small business is significantly more successful when they are working with one of our partners. But if they don't have the capacity for that, and they want to try it out on their own, we make accounting easy to understand. I mean, me coming in without a background in that, I understood it using simple terms. I think that is probably the standout feature for the end small business with Xero.
So for small business owners and partners, I mean, that are here in the San Francisco area, would it be cool if they like dropped by and took a tour of the Xero office? Like, what's the protocol there?
Absolutely. No, we love to have small businesses, partners, come see our office. We have a pretty awesome location. You can meet the team that is actually working on the product that you're using day to day. Come by. We have a ton of beer up in our fridge. Love to have you for a beer, hang out on our rooftop, which the view is second to none. So by all means, come on by, give me a week's notice, and we'd love to have you. But when did you initially find out about Xero?
I found out about Xero through a user. So I had a client that sent me some weird, strange-looking financials I've never seen before, and trying to do his corporate tax return. And I was like, "What are you using?" And he's like, "Oh, I'm using this software called Xero." I'm like, "Xero?" Like, I've never heard of it. Like, I've heard of QuickBooks, I've heard of like Peachtree and Mass 90, but I've never heard of Xero. So anyways, that started our journey, and it's been great ever since. Love Xero, and just the easy functionality, not from a partner, because obviously I know what I'm doing, but what I care most about are my clients, because I know that they don't know what they don't know.
Yep.
So I'm very conscious that my clients don't know what they don't know. So putting them in things that are really helpful for them is super key for us, and Xero's definitely it.
Absolutely. Same question to you. What would you say that your favorite feature about Xero is?
You know, quite honestly, the global search feature is probably my favorite feature.
Yeah.
Because honestly, for like decades, I mean, how much have we thought about wanting to search our own accounting data and how hard it is to find stuff? And then Xero rolled out this global search where like it's almost like, you know, Google search. You go up to the top right, you type in Starbucks, and boom, like everything comes up that has anything to do with what you just typed in. And this, you know, not only just for me, but like for my clients, it was just super helpful.
All right,
man. Well, thanks.
Yes, thank
Appreciate
you,
it, brother.
Absolutely, you're very welcome. Appreciate you coming to take a ride with me.
Yeah, it's been great, man. I appreciate you giving me a lift. Thank you very much, man.
All right,
and
man.
I'll see you at XeroCon.
Yep, I will be there.
All right, man. Sounds good.
All right, cool.
All right, brother. See ya.
All right, take care, Will.